Be sure to stay to the end of the video for an important announcement involving all of you wonderful people. With the new installment to the Animal Crossing franchise releasing in just over a month, we seem to be getting tiny new bits of information every single day. The wait is almost over for Animal Crossing New Horizons, as it will release on the Switch on the 20th of next month. Despite not getting any huge trailers recently, we have seen quite a few improvements over the previous titles, and today I'm going to go over 5 of them. Hey y'all, I'm the Geek Apprentice, and oh my gosh, words cannot express how excited I am to finally get lost in the newest Animal Crossing game. Us fans have been waiting such a long time for a new title to immerse ourselves in and make our own. While at the same time, many of us are also excited to see a new generation of Animal Crossing fans emerge, as New Horizons will probably be a first for many. If Animal Crossing New Horizons is going to be your first experience with the series, let me be the first to say to you, welcome to this beautiful and relaxing franchise. With each new mainline Animal Crossing game installment comes a myriad of improvements and enhancements over the previous title. Thus far, it seems New Horizons will be no exception to this formula. So while it's just my opinion, here are 5 improvements that I personally am most excited for based on what we know thus far. Be sure to let me know some of the changes you're looking forward to down in the comment section below. Customization is part of the name of the game when it comes to this franchise, and we have already seen a myriad of newness when it comes to hairstyles and clothing. Ever since Wild World, we've been able to customize our hair and the coloring of our hair, and thus far we've already seen quite a few new hairstyles for both boy and girl villagers. Me personally, I'm very much looking forward to those longer and curlier hair options for obvious reasons. The more I can make this adorable little character resemble me, the better. Makes me feel like I'm really there on the island, you know? I mean, let's just ignore the fact that I do actually happen to live 30 minutes away from a beach, but I like to think Animal Crossing doesn't deal with that horrid humidity that we have. It's a perfect world, okay? Beach and all 4 seasons. On the topic of clothing, New Leaf was a huge step in the right direction when they elongated the villager characters so that females could now have skirts, shorts, and pants. On top of which, there were more options for the boys too. They were no longer confined to just the dark gray shorts. What was also awesome was that we got to pick out shoes too. I mean, City Folk kind of had that when they introduced the character of Kix, who gave you a shoe shine, but it was really difficult to know what you were gonna get and you couldn't really choose. But this had, like, you know, flip-flops, sneakers, slippers, you get the point. Now with the trailers that we have for New Horizons, we've been revealed many new options. Even maxi dresses and skirts, which has never been seen. Well, granted, we did get those in Pocket Camp on our phone, but that's more like a side game, kind of like Happy Home Designer, not a main title. So for all intents and purposes, this is the first time we're getting maxi dresses and skirts in a mainline Animal Crossing title. Honestly, I'm probably going to become pretty overwhelmed by all of the options that we're going to have. I mean, even the animal villagers now have seasonal outfits. It's so awesome. Speaking of Happy Home Designer, as one of the few who actually really enjoyed it for what it was, I just knew they would have to incorporate some of the new mechanics implemented in that game to New Horizons. One of the biggest improvements, in my opinion, was the half movements for furniture, which allowed for many more styling opportunities. In addition, we were also gifted a new way of moving our furniture beyond just pushing and pulling, but rather going from a top-down perspective and just moving as we please, rather than relying on our villager character moving them themselves, which we did eventually get in New Leaf as well, but still. I am hoping that they bring out the room layouts from Happy Home Designer as well. They had like elongated ones, really short ones, narrow ones. It was really interesting, you know, that way we can do more than just the basic cube. And the windows. I want to customize the windows too. Still on the subject of furniture placement, putting our furniture outside, also like in Happy Home Designer. Yes! The possibilities are endless with this. I know Animal Crossing fans everywhere have been gushing like crazy about this ever since we got that original trailer back at E3 last year, but I'm gonna continue rejoicing over it throughout my decorating journey, okay? Look at the footage! How can an Animal Crossing fan not be thrilled about this? Pathways, setting up a campfire in the woods, placing lounge chairs by the beach, it's just wonderful! Okay, I know this isn't a super popular one, but I, for one, am decently excited about the crafting mechanic. I really don't think it's fair to judge this mechanic so harshly for two reasons. First of all, the game isn't even out yet. How do you know you won't like it? And two, I don't believe we can solely judge it based on Pocket Camp. Because yes, it was a part of that game, a big part of it, but I doubt it's gonna work the same way. If anything, Pocket Camp was like an extreme beta version of it, and it was confined to being a phone game rather than a full main title. Big difference. I personally believe that we have not even scratched the surface of what crafting is going to really be like in the game. My gut tells me it's going to open up a world of possibilities in the game that we could not even foresee. Something we can't wrap our heads around yet until we've explored it for ourselves. Maybe I'm just blindly trusting the developers, but I reserve my judgment until I've played the game. It's crazy how just going from Pocket Camp back to New Leaf can seem like a shock to the senses. New Leaf looked incredible to all of us when it came out, but Pocket Camp, a phone game, looks way better graphically speaking. And what we've seen of New Horizons? Oh man. Everything from the coloring, shading, the water, leaves moving on the trees when the wind blows, clothing moving with the wind. It all looks amazing. I think I'm probably most looking forward to that first rainy day in the game, which it comes out in the spring, so we don't have to wait too long in the Northern Hemisphere. But there is one other reason that I am really looking forward to that first rainy day in New Horizons, which leads me to my fifth and final improvement. How many times on my channel can I say it? Music is so freaking important, especially to me. Now, Animal Crossing, its charm comes from the characters, fun from the customization, but the most therapeutic aspect of it for me, the part that ties everything together, the music. Somehow the composers for each title have made all of the themes so different yet equally satisfying. My personal favorites have been the music for Population Growing, which is the GameCube one, and New Leaf, but I still love the music for Wild World and City Folk just as much. Now, I won't lie, what I've heard from New Horizons thus far did have me concerned at first. Then I realized for one thing, I'm probably tying myself to my nostalgia for previous games and need to be a little bit more open, but also, we've not heard much of the music at all, so I just have to wait till I have the game in my hands and then I'll be opened up to the huge world of new music. What does this have to do with the rainy days I mentioned earlier? Well, I think I've always enjoyed the music and vibe of a rainy day in Animal Crossing a tiny bit more than the vibe for any other kind of weather or time of day feel. I love them all, but especially those rainy days. Not to mention that's when some of the best fish come to the river and the sea. So yeah, overall I'm pretty darn excited for all of the improvements and enhancements New Horizon is going to bring all of us fans, old and new alike. It's been a long time coming, but I believe it's going to be so worth it. So what are you looking forward to most when it comes to New Horizons? Whether you are a long-time player or this is going to be your first go at it, I look forward to seeing your answers in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, check out my other content and maybe consider joining the geekdom by subscribing. By the way, I very recently, as in last night, according to when I recorded this video, hit 3,000 subs, which means there was going to be a big Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tournament happening very soon, which anyone can join as long as you've got a Switch and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's going to be during a live stream, of course, so you're going to be chatting with me. It's going to be so much fun. Details are forthcoming, so be sure you keep checking my Instagram and my community tab on YouTube so you'll be able to mark your calendar to be able to join the races. I'm so looking forward to crushing every single one of you in this game, or being crushed by you. Or half and half, I don't know. I like to think I'm pretty good, but we'll see. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you for watching.